What's good, YouTube? It's your boy MikeJeezy here, coming at you with another Dokkan battle video, and I must sincerely apologize for the lack of videos this past, basically since last week. It's just been I know, I feel like I say the same thing, and the whole same spiel was just being very busy with work. So I'm doing what I can. I'm just to basically on my accounts where I play on PC, I'm just trying to do the best I can just to play, period. It kind of, I get like an hour or so, maybe, or two, maybe each day just to play them, and I can play my account where I play on the phone a little bit better, but yeah, it's just been hard, but not quitting or anything like that. If I do decide to stop making videos, I'll make an announcement or something. So if I don't make something for a while, again, doesn't mean that I've dropped off the face of the planet. I've just been super busy trying to whatever time I do have, it's I'm just trying to play the game, and if I have a tiny bit of extra time, I'm gonna do the best I can and make a video. I've been thinking about it, and so some days I'm a little bit more free, so I probably need to just bang out 3 or 4 videos on those days where I'm a little bit more free. That way I can more consistently put up videos each day. I did record a free to play Friday video last week, but I literally didn't have the chance to put it up. It's then it's Saturday or Sunday, and I'm well, I don't want to put up a free to play Friday video on a Sunday, so then I just hold it for the next week. But that's just been what's up with me. So let's see, today's video I'm going to be doing a review on the new Planet Namek Saga Goku Dokkan Fest banner that just came out last night. So I'll be doing my typical review and kind of a breakdown of, if you should summon, or if you do summon, what's your range, again, with my Dragonstone budget formula. But first, let's go ahead and hop into the banner, check it out. So we see there's the red coins, is 50 stones for multi. This one doesn't have buy 3, get 1 free. I think those are just with dual Dokkan Fest, so this is just a singular Dokkan Fest for, these units. So let's check out the Scouter. And also talk about how many of the units I have, whether it's worth summoning on for me, etc. Alright, so we have, this is basically the chase card, is this Planet Namek Saga Goku. So once he's awoken, he's a lead for Super Saiyan category, and the Planet Namek Saga category, 170% for attack and D, and HP is 130. So he's got immense damage. Pretty good card. This guy's going to be mostly as an option for a nuker. So he is a 120 lead for Planet Namek Saga and a 90% lead for AGL. I think it's just generic AGL 90%. Yeah, AGL 90%. So he does have a chance to seal, and he is a nuker. So if you don't have a good nuker unit, wait, did I say nuker? No, I mean AoE, Arion effect. So a unit that hits multiple enemies at once with his super. So as I was saying, if you don't have a AoE unit for World Tournament, he's an option. And let's see, going further down, so we have the transforming Goku and the transforming Frieza. Hopefully, I would imagine by the time you summoned on the Gohan and Cell banner, you probably have gotten these units by now. I mean, obviously if you're brand new, then you haven't. But these are just generic 120 leads for Super and Extreme type. On this account, I am technically, I don't have this Frieza. I've been, really dying for a good Extreme tech leader. So, I did summon pretty decently on the Cell banner, just didn't, never managed to end up getting him. And then we have the Angel Golden Frieza, who's a resurrected warrior category lead, so again, 130 for HP. Attacking D 170, and he's a 50% lead for Int type. He's a pretty good unit. Great for Resurrected Warrior just as a leader. You know, there's not many like options right now. We have him, the Tech Broly, the LR Tech Broly, and the Oob. So those are our main Resurrected Warrior category leads. And we have this Golden Frieza. He's basically, like, he's going to get an easy A eventually here. He has one on JP already, but he's, like, one of the best tank units in the game, so, and, like, you know, even if, like, let's say you take, like, a super against an Int type, like, even with, like, type disadvantage, like, you'd be surprised how much damage he doesn't take, like, so he's really good at tanking. And we have this Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a 120 super tech lead, and you know, boosts extreme tech by basically nothing. So I don't even really like consider him like any kind of help for extreme types. He's pretty good with, like, you know, he's got immense damage, a rare chance to stun the enemy. I don't really get the stun off that much when I use them, but then again, I don't really use them for much anymore these days. And then we have our SRs. So these are the 7 featured SSRs. So overall, so with this banner, like it's kind of funny because, like, overall, like, if you just look at the 7 featured units, like, they're pretty solid actually. You know, there's like, they're not terrible or anything like that. So like all the featured like are decent. I'd say the worst one is I don't know, it's either like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku or I guess the Golden Frieza, but again, like, you know, they're good units for where you can like put them on. Like, he's a movie boss, I think, and I think he's Resurrected Warrior, so I mean, he fits on like a lot of good teams. Let's check out, you know, all the teams that you can run him on. This guy, details. Alright, so Resurrected Warriors, movie bosses, full power, transformation boost, and wicked bloodline. So mostly like, probably like these two where you'd probably see most play, or if you're running like mono extreme tech for like Battlefield or something like that. So I mean, he's pretty solid, and he's going to be even better with his easy A. So yeah, in terms of like the worst unit, like, you know, obviously if you don't have any of them, they'd all be pretty solid. So when I started on JP, the first time around, it was actually like this banner, and I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty good entry point for new players. And but for global, sorry, my throat is very dry for some reason. I guess it's the air. So for global, like, just coming off of the, you know, the Gohan and Cell banner, like, those were such better entry points for new players that, like, you should pretty much like be pretty low in stones. So for me, I think it's a 1651. Like, on the emulator, it's hard to tell. I think that's a 1651, I believe, because that doesn't look so much like that. But, you know, I have a good amount of stones. So, you know, in terms of what I have, what I don't have, so I obviously don't have the new units, and I don't have this Frieza. Everything else I do have. Not rainbowed or anything. I think they're close. I think the Golden Frieza, and maybe it was my other account. Maybe I just have like 2 of him. But so in terms of like the units I don't have, it's just the 2 new ones and this Frieza. I would love to have this Frieza just as an option. Let's look at my Dragonstone budget formula. This can actually just be reduced to the number that you don't have instead of like subtracting. So I don't have 3 of the units. Multiply that by 150, which is 450, and then plus or minus 150 to that. So my range would be anywhere from 300 to 600 stones, you know, to spend on this banner. I'm actually like going to be holding off though. So for me personally, because I have like over half the banner, and like, you know, like again, it'd be great to have him. It'd be great to have him. He's just kind of like in terms of like AOE units, I have plenty of, you know, I have the physical Broly, I got the LR Broly, and I have the OG strength Broly. I got the strength Boo. I got Raditz. Like there's, you know, in that Piccolo thing, like there's a lot of AOE options that I have to where I don't feel like I need to have him as well, if that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, he would be great to have. I would say that if you have, like, if you were lucky enough to pull both of the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because I believe they fit into the Super Saiyan category, like, if you wanted like a team to run both of those units, like, he would be a good unit to have, so it might be worth, like, you know, going a little bit harder on. Me personally, so we can say that he's, like, the best unit on this banner, you know, most likely. I would rather wait for him to come back to where he's like the second or third best unit on the banner. That way, you know, if I pull him, it's like, oh great, you know, I have him because he would be new, but it's not like he's like the best that you can get, if that makes sense. And then if he's like the second or third best unit, that means, you know, probably the overall quality of the banner would be, you know, better, you know, in theory, or they just balance it out by replacing like fair units with, you know, crappy units. But you know, that's just kind of a risk you have to take. And I think, so it's October right now. Again, that, you know, it's always just getting closer to Christmas. It's still like 2 months out, and we have a lot of time to save stones and such. Like, I would say that it would be a little bit more enticed if this was a buy 3 get 1 free, or if it was like a step up thing, or maybe it went like 30, 40, 50, or like, you know, 40 each time, or some kind of like some kind of discount to make it slightly more worth summoning for. Again, the banners as it is, it's pretty solid. It's not enticing enough for me personally to summon on. Thinking about my other global accounts, basically kind of the same boat, where my other global account I actually don't have this tech Goku, but I do have everything else, and obviously don't have those. So it's just the 3 that I don't have, so it's not really worth summoning on that account. If this was on JP, I'd probably summon on it, because I don't have, I think the only units I have are on JP, or maybe just these 2. No, I have this one too, so 3. So, you know, more than half the banner I don't have, but it's not on JP, so it's kind of a moot point, but I'm just saying. So, you know, when you're trying to decide if you should summon on it, you know, look at how many of the units you have, and then just like the overall quality of the units. Again, I do think the quality is pretty high, just I have so much of this now that, let's say I put in 300 stones and like I pulled 2 featured units, and maybe I get like Golden Frieza and like, you know, another of this guy or this guy. It's just not like, it's not ideal, I guess you could say. So for me personally, my personal verdict is to skip on the banner. But like if you're brand new, or you know, you got really lucky with the Gohan and Cell banners, and maybe have like an abundance of stones, it may be, you know, maybe we're summoning on. I'm just gonna kind of wait for a slightly better banner. I'm curious what they'll do with the Trunks and Zamasu banner. That may be the next summons, or, you know, if we do have like a LR step up banner or something like that. So I'm just kind of still holding out here. I was actually thinking about, you know, this banner like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, so if it came out, and I think it looks the same as the one JP got. Like, if it came out, would I summon? And probably not, just because, you know, I have most of it. He's just like, I don't like on JP. I don't even like have him awoken yet. I probably should, because I don't have a good AOE unit on JP, and I will eventually have to prep for World Tournament. I just been kind of holding out and seeing if I could pull something good, but I'll have to see what. I haven't even logged on to JP today, so I don't even know what banners are currently up. So anyways, my verdict is, you know, skip for now. Again, that's me personally. For you, you know, if you don't have like a lot of these units, they're all solid. If you don't have like a good chunk of them, you know, I'd say go for it. It's a pretty good banner. It just, you know, the value is like slightly less just because we don't have discounts. You know, the time of the year is gonna start, like for free to play, it's kind of like you're in saving mode right now, because Christmas, like Christmas and New Year's is always like pretty hype. So it's good to have stones around that time of year. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do summon, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you and have an awesome day. Bye.